Good evening, I'm your host Jay Clark and welcome to the Scary Nighttime Radio Show. We hope you enjoy tonight's episode, which is entitled Pits of Hell Part 12. Ship of Fools.
In the last episode, the evil Queen Nakita put the group into a deep sleep in which if they die in the dream, they die in real life. They are aboard the Titanic and Officer Murphy, Fu and Kyle have been separated from the rest. Officer Murphy has gone off to find his great-grandfather who died aboard the Titanic. He's hoping to somehow warn him about the impending disaster so that he might save himself. The others must find them before the ship sinks or they will perish on the Titanic and never awake from this nightmare.
I wonder where Fu and Kyle could possibly be?
Remember when they told us the story how they were forced to work in a coal mine and what a nightmare that was?
They had to shovel coal, that's it. They must be down in the bowels of the ship shoveling coal into the furnaces.
We've got to get down there and find them. We need to split up. One group to find them and the other to find Officer Murphy.
That's right, the professor and I know this ship like the back of our hands. I'll lead one group and the professor the other.
The group splits up to give more chance of finding the others. Frank, Jessica, and the professor travel to the boiler room in the bottom of the ship to find Fu and Kyle. Jonah, Rohani, and Liz stay on the upper deck searching for Officer Murphy. They agree to meet back up under the lookout tower in 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we see that Officer Murphy has already found his great-grandfather.
Oh man, I just can't believe this at all. So you're saying you're my long-lost twin brother? Well, you definitely look like you could be, but I don't understand how that could possibly have happened. There was a mix-up at the hospital, and I was taken by another family. A mix-up at the hospital. Look, Patrick, I don't have time to explain. I need to tell you something. You're in grave danger tonight. You don't say. This ship is on a dangerous course through an iceberg field tonight. It will strike one and the ship will sink. But how could you possibly know that? Look, the course this ship is taking us on is approximately 400 nautical miles south of Newfoundland, Canada. It's April and there are still way too many icebergs in the North Atlantic waters. It's like taking a trip through a minefield. Well, I don't know about that and all these other things you're telling me. This is a lot to take in.
Just then other ship officers and crewmen appear.
Well, I'll be. Are my eyes deceiving me, lad? I think I see a couple of Officer Murphys.
I must be going stark raving mad. Explain yourselves, gentlemen.
This gentleman came up to me a few minutes ago and claimed to be my long-lost brother.
Well, he certainly does look like you.
He says there was a mix-up at the hospital. Funny thing is though, I wasn't born in a hospital. I was born at home with the aid of a midwife.
Well then, just who are you, mate? Can you show me your passenger ticket?
No, I can't. I don't have one.
And why are you dressed like that? Are you an officer on this ship?
No, I'm not an officer on the Titanic.
So you be impersonating an officer, are ye? Maybe that's how you made your way onto the ship.
He's saying the ship will hit an iceberg tonight and sink.
What? Are you mad? This is the RMS Titanic. This ship is unsinkable.
Just who are you really, mister?
Officer Murphy checks his pocket watch and realizes the time that the ship hits the iceberg is drawing near.
Oh my goodness, I guess I've got nothing to lose at this point. I'll level with you. I'm not from this time. I'm from the future, and I'm here to warn you that the ship will strike an iceberg and sink tonight.
Oh my, this man has truly gone insane.
Oh, he's obviously drunk. Let's lock him up in the Hoosga overnight.
You're making a huge mistake. You have no idea what danger you all are in.
Oh, come along now, mate. You can sleep it off and we'll release you in the morning once you've sobered up.
After a night like this, I think I'll have myself a drink. No, you won't, Patrick. You haven't had a drink since that incident in Belfast.
Officer Murphy's great-grandfather looks at him curiously as the crew takes him away. Meanwhile, the others are still searching.
Any sign of Officer Murphy, you two?
No, we haven't seen him anywhere.
Maybe we should try the next level down.
Okay, but just be sure to meet up with everyone under the lookout tower on time.
Frank, Jessica, and the professor have made their way to the boiler room.
Now it's a matter of trying to locate them through all these workmen. This could take a while.
They see someone who looks like they may be in charge.
Excuse me, sir. We're looking for a couple of men who may be down here named Fu and Kyle.
Don't recognize the names, mate. Can you describe them?
Well, they're young, college-aged, one is Asian.
The other one has stinky feet, if that helps.
Oh, that must be the new fellas. They were wearing these strange looking shoes they called sneakers, so I made them change into work boots. When one lad took off his shoes, it stunk so bad I'm surprised the ship didn't capsize.
Just wait until later. Where are these two?
Right over there, shoveling coal into boiler room number 6.
They meet up with Fu and Kyle, who are overjoyed to see them. They start to head out to make their way upstairs.
Just hold on a minute there, folks. Just where you think you'll be taking my workers away from me?
I need some strong backs to help me move some cargo around. We'll bring them right back.
No, sir. Mate, they need to stay here shoveling coal, they do. You cannot take them with thee.
Oh well, I guess I'll have to tell your boss about your whiskey drinking on the job then.
Oh, just be gone with you then, sir. But bring them back in half an hour.
How did you know he was drinking whiskey?
I could smell it on his breath.
Back on the upper deck, a sailor is peering through binoculars onto the open sea. Just then he is interrupted by someone below on the ship's deck.
Say, buddy, yeah, you up there, can you tell me where I can get ice cream on this boat?
What? Ice cream? Yes, there should be some available at the Veranda restaurant.
Can you tell me how to get there?
Look, mate, we need to keep an eye on the open sea for any danger ahead. Please just ask someone else.
Oh, that's a lot of malarkey. I just need directions to the restaurant.
An iceberg is looming just ahead, but the lookouts are being distracted by Biden. If they could see the iceberg, then the ship could avoid the collision.
Sir, we really need to be getting back to work. Please stop bothering us so we can get on with our duties.
Oh, come on, man. I really want my ice cream.
Okay, take a walk down those stairs. Turn left at the bottom. Go past the first aisle and turn right to get onto the deck. The restaurant will be on your left.
But do they have old-fashioned chocolate chip? That's my favorite. I remember one time on a trip to Delaware, I met this guy named Corn Pop and he offered some to me. It was delicious.
Just then the ship slams into an iceberg. Could have all been avoided if the lookouts weren't distracted.
Damn it all to hell! We hit an iceberg!
All because that damn stupid idiot was distracting us.
Call the bridge! Call the bridge!
Meanwhile, in a jail cell, Officer Murphy contemplates his fate. He talks to himself in utter despair.
Jonah was right. Jonah was right. I should have listened to him. Now I will go down with the ship and die in real life as well.
The door opens and his great-grandfather appears.
So you were right. We hit the iceberg. I thought you had gone mad. Here, let me get you out of there. It's about time you came around. Well, I think I've already figured out you're not actually my twin brother, so who are you? I'm your great-grandson from the year 2023. Oh my, I never thought this world would last past the year 2000. Jesus hasn't returned yet. No, and the world is a very crazy and sinful place in my time. His return is imminent. I just have to know something though. How did you know that I don't drink, and about the Belfast incident? It got passed down through the generations. Great-grandpa Murphy got drunk and fell off a boat late one night in the River Lagan in Northern Ireland. No one saw it happen, so you struggled to get to the shore. You almost drowned. You swore never to have a drop of alcohol ever again, and that tradition has remained in the family ever since. None of us Murphys drink. But how could you know that? I have never told anyone about that ever. You will tonight, clinging to a piece of wood from the boat trying to stay alive. You confess to a crew member about what happened in Belfast. He survives and tells the story to your family. So I'm going to die tonight? That's what history tells us, but it doesn't have to be that way. Come with me, we've got to get out of here before the ship sinks.
The rest of the group is all back together now and have gathered under the lookout tower. They all decide to make one final effort to find Officer Murphy. Eventually, so much time has passed that the group has to gather back together again to plan what to do now.
So no one has seen any sign of Officer Murphy?
No, so we'll just have to hope he makes it out on his own.
Absolutely. Our time is running short. Let's look for some things we can use for flotation devices so we don't go down with the ship.
I just don't get why Officer Murphy is trying to save his great-grandfather who died on the Titanic. This is all just a dream. It won't change history.
But maybe he doesn't realize that he's in a dream.
Absolutely. Have you ever had a dream that was so real you couldn't distinguish it from reality?
That must be what is going on in his mind. He thinks we've traveled back in time and he can change the past.
The group tries to find different items to use to put together a makeshift raft. The ship is tilting and the passengers are running towards the stern.
There's that stupid Dan idiot who distracted us and caused the ship to hit the iceberg.
How the bloody hell could he be eating an ice cream cone at a time like this?
Hey, buddy, you want some?
Get that blooming thing out of my face, you blithering idiot!
Hey, buddy, you want some?
Get that stupid thing out of here, you brain-dead buffoon!
They're probably going to die tonight, and the last thing we're going to see is this moronic imbecile slobbering over his damn ice cream cone.
Away from the crowd, the group manages to create a raft using buoys, wood, and lifesavers.
Look at all those people over there. It's too bad we can't do something to save at least some of them.
I know it. I feel like we should do something.
There's a whole family together. We can't just let them drown.
Try to remember that this is only a dream, ladies. We wouldn't really be saving them in real life anyway. Those who died on the Titanic will still have died anyway.
Jonah is right. We have to concentrate on saving ourselves.
Help me launch this raft into the water, guys.
Just then a small dog appears, whimpering.
Oh, look at that poor little puppy. Someone left him behind.
Can we at least save the dog?
Oh, I suppose so, but he won't be with us when we wake up from this nightmare.
I sure hope that Officer Murphy makes it out okay.
We all hope for that, boo!
The group gets the raft into the water and they board it. As they start to paddle away from the boat, the raft starts coming apart. Jessica falls into the water.
Help! Help! Help!
I've got you, Jessica.
I'm afraid this raft isn't going to hold up. We need to get somewhere safe.
But where could we go? The iceberg. Let's get onto the iceberg.
The group makes their way out to the iceberg and climb upon it.
Let's call this puppy Titan.
How odd this is. This iceberg is what sent all those people to their deaths, yet it is what will save our lives.
They watch as the ship breaks in half and then sinks completely. Suddenly they find themselves waking up in the State House.
Time to wake up, my babies. Did you all have a pleasant dream?
It's only pleasant if we all made it out alive.
Well, most of you did.
The group looks around to find out who didn't make it and see Officer Murphy's lifeless body laying there.
Oh no, he didn't make it off that ship.
I wish so bad we could have found him and changed his mind.
It's so sad to see him pass away.
He was a good man. He was with us since the very beginning.
To Rakshasa, soldiers carry the body away as the others look on.
We didn't even know his first name.
Ryan! His name was Ryan!
Rest in peace, Officer Ryan Murphy.
Indeed. At least he won't suffer anymore.
The group turns around to see little Titan, the dog from the dream.
But how could this be? This dog was in our dream only. He didn't actually exist. I don't understand.
Oh, he existed on the Titanic, all right. It was one of the passengers' dogs. You see, a Rakshasa-induced dream is far more different than a mere mortal's dream.
You mean we could have saved some of the passengers?
Why, yes, my dear Professor. You could have saved as many lives as you were able to. Oh, they would have felt a little weird waking up over 100 years into the future.
But at least they would have been alive. You see now that a Rakshasa-induced dream has real-world consequences.
But how are you able to do this? I just don't get it.
by the supernatural powers that are embedded within our species.
This is amazing. There's so much mankind does not know about.
We thought we were the most intelligent, most advanced species on the planet.
Clearly you were wrong, foolish woman. You have no idea about the powers of the underworld.
What's the matter, Jonah boy? You look rather stressed.
I can't believe I was on the Titanic and I could have actually helped save the passengers, so Officer Murphy was right then.
That's right. And now it's the second time you've been on the Titanic, yet still you failed to save anyone. What a pity, Jonah. What a pity.
But if only I had known. If only.
You may have even been able to save the whole ship if you warned the captain about the icebergs.
You should have listened to your female friends. They wanted to help save more passengers, but no. You were only interested in saving your own skin.
Oh, stop it. He feels bad enough. He had no way of knowing that people could be saved in our dream.
I told you it was life and death.
It's okay, Jonah. We don't blame you.
You people think you have it rough. Look at the turmoil your president is into because of your cursed dream.
A television screen pops up and they all see this scene play out.
Yes, Brian, we've just learned from newly released documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act that Joe Biden was involved in the sinking of the Titanic.
Mr. President, is it true that you were a passenger on the Titanic?
Oh, come on, man. That's ridiculous. The Titanic sank in 2012. I wasn't even born yet.
Sir, the Titanic sank in 1912.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. Where was I anyway in the year 1912?
Mr. President, there are reports that you distracted a crew member in the lookout and caused him to miss the impending iceberg. Is that true?
Oh, that's a lot of malarkey. What does that report of yours say about my age while on the Titanic?
You were age 39. The Titanic sank 111 years ago, sir.
Oh, you see right there. 111 plus 39 equals 32, I think.
It actually equals that you are 150 years old, Mr. President.
What? Oh, come on, man. No one would believe that by a show of hands. Who in this room thinks I'm younger than 150? Make some noise. Oh, give me a break, man. I gotta get out of here.
Mr. President, why did you distract the guard in the lookout tower that night?
Well, damn it, I wanted my ice cream. What? I mean, no, it wasn't me. It was Trump.
Crazy.
All Donald Trump's fault.
Let's get him off the stage. Get him out of here now.
I can only imagine how his political opponents will use this against him.
You see what a mess your dream has caused? Why don't you just give us the information we want before you cause any more destruction?
You have information about military people who are planning a rebellion against the new Rakshasa order.
But we told you everything we know. The 3 soldiers escaped out a back way from the warehouse.
We have no idea of where they went.
Very well then. If you want to play hardball, I can play hardball too. Get ready for your next mental challenge. The upcoming mind game is going to make your heads explode.